Hello, I'm Kads, and welcome to today's video. So it's been a long time since we've done a shard pull video. Not a long time since I've pulled shards, but a long time since recording some summons. So that's what we're going to be doing today for the purposes of the Titan event points from the summon rush going on right now. And obviously we're cutting it a little close today, but we have less than an hour to go, but nonetheless we are going to complete the summon rush. And as I mentioned before in my previous video, this one is going to be 3,500 points to get all of the Titan event points that are up for grabs. So a total of 7 sacreds worth of shards. And that is exactly what we're going to be pulling today. 7 sacreds in total. So popping over to the portal, there is a fake 2x on primals going on right now. We are going to ignore that because it's only a 2x on epics and legendaries. We want a true 2x if we're going to be using primal shards. So 2x on epics, legendary, and mythical champion. So we're going to be ignoring that. And we're just going to be going, or pursuing, I should say, taking our chances at the progressive chance event going on right now. But the overall shard count on my account at the moment is 509 on the ancient shards, 259 on the voids, 57 on the primals, and 47 on the sacreds, which of course we'll be dipping into today. In terms of the progressive chant event itself, I have selected a couple of my desirable Veil champions. That is the theme for this case. But Glakad of the Meltwater is currently my #1 most wanted non-void legendary. So naturally he's the first choice. Second choice would probably be Duchess from this group of champions. And then for the epics, my Rector Draft currently is at +3. So 1 copy of her would be nice to get her to +4. And lastly, in terms of Mercy, let me pop my Mercy tracker up on the screen here. The relevant section, of course, being the Sacred Row. So we are 8 Sacreds towards Mercy, meaning that we are 4 away from Mercy. So if we get unlucky and we don't get a legendary at all today, then we are going to be in Mercy relative to Sacreds, which could be a good setup for a Sacred POGO event if that happens to be in the near term, or we just happen to get a legendary and we reset our Mercy and we just take our shot at getting the progressive chance events. Granted, that is probably I think around a 6% chance that if we get a legendary, it will be Glakad of the Meltwater, so it's really unlikely, but nonetheless we'll see what happens. So as is tradition around here, when there is a desirable progressive chance event, we are going to skip the overall wish list of other champions I would like to see, because we're going to focus our RNG right down here on these 2 champions. However, I do expect to get some epics along the way, so more epics more duplicate epics for empowerment will be useful as well. So without further ado, let's dive right into the action with the shard pulls. We've got barely enough space, we've got tons of cash, and hopefully we get some decent amount of good RNG relative to the champions that are selected here. So this should be relatively short and sweet. Of course, there are only 7 sacreds that we are going to be pulling, and there's not much else going on there. So Delver, not that exciting of a champion. I think she has a chance to place AoE decreased defense somewhere here, but it's not 100% chance, so it's not that great, but she's a decent nuker, increased attack on herself. I don't know, never built her myself. I think her multipliers are okay, but she's probably not the most useful. Sacred #2, Thanasil, the champion we thought was going to be meta for Sand Devil, but turns out to not be the case. He is an okay support, like healer, increased defense champion, and a buff to decrease here, but the cooldowns are way too long on all of his abilities, so he's probably not that worth using on your account. And it's high elves, so once you have Arbiter, you're kind of good to go as far as support is concerned. Kenagashi, awesome. The basically only pure or true reviver in the Shadowkin faction. I do have her built on my account, and I've used her a little bit in Faction Wars hard mode, but most of the time I get around or get by using Lady Mikage for the hard CC of the stun. But nonetheless, single target revive, she's basically your only option if you're working towards normal mode and or hard mode Faction Wars. 4 sacreds to go. If we keep up the bad RNG here, then we are set up for a potential sacred POGO in the near term, which could be good for us because we get 2 for the price of 1 in that instance. Scabrius, relatively underwhelming champion. He's a decent, okayish, like Demon Lord Clan Boss type DPS champion with the weaken, increased attack on himself, and the leech that can heal him as well as people on your team, and some poisons on the A1. Nothing amazing, but you know, if you're desperate for a Demon Lord DPS, then he can definitely do work for you. Tarshan, one of the few champions in the game with turn meter fill and increased defense. He's not the fastest with his base speed, so he can't be like a Siphi equivalent type deal, but he can nonetheless do that function, granted on a 4-turn cooldown, which is again a little bit of a bummer. And then he has an AoE weaken here, so not the strongest, but again he's kind of more of a Faction Wars Cursed City style of champion. 2 more sacreds to go. This is going to be it for the RNG. Another epic, and it is Lich, one of the rosin fusion epics. And his claim to fame is that he does have a full turn meter depletion here on the A3 on a 3-turn cooldown, decreased speed as well. Early game, if you need him for like Spider, Fire Knight, he can do some stuff, maybe some challenge tournament that's Undead Hordes only, or the Corrupted Alliance. But other than that, you basically feed him into rosin, and that's kind of where his utility ends. Final sacred here, and it is going to be all epics today. All epics from all 7 shards. Shame. Last but not least appears we have Gerhard the Stone, who's just kind of a single target nuker who hits decently hard, and he's immune to a bunch of CC stuff. But more importantly for my account, this is going to empower, I believe, Archbishop Pinthroy from the Bannerlord. So that is, I guess, effectively a duplicate epic for empowerment. So that is where he's going to be used. So that is going to do it. Unfortunately, we didn't even get a single Rected Wrath. Unfortunate. And then we definitely did not get a legendary, so Glaciad has evaded us again this time around. But let's go ahead and check in on the Summon Rush just to confirm that my math is correct. I know that it is, but you never know. Sometimes I could be wrong. But yeah, there we go. Claim all of this stuff, and then we are getting our 200 points for the Titan event, and as well as getting some Chaos Ore, which is useful. Might re-roll that into some Relentless Gear or something like that. But yeah, we are making our way. That should have gotten me through milestone 4. I'm still on track to complete the Titan event all the way up and through milestone 5. Up until this point, I've yet to skip any events or tournaments. So I might start thinking about how many points are left to spread across which events, and then kind of figure out where I want to spend my 250 allotment to skip. So probably going to be the Deck of Fate, spoiler alert on that one, going live in a few hours here, but probably not going to be doing that one, and I don't know, something else near the end here. But yeah, we're getting close. We're within 400 points of going all the way out there to the 5-star Perfect Soul. So yeah, that is going to do it for today's video. Like I said, we are going to keep this one short and sweet. I will pop up the Mercy Tracker once again, just to show you guys that we are now 15 sacreds, or 3 sacreds into Mercy. So again, we are set up somewhat for a sacred POGO if that happens to be in the near term, and I'll look forward to that if that happens to be the case. I will try and preserve the Mercy and not pull any sacreds unless I absolutely have to, but I think I can I think I could afford to do something else given my amount of shards. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below if you also pulled some of your shards over this weekend. Hopefully you got something better than a bunch of epics, and be sure to let me know if you procced the Progressive Champion event of your selection. As always, if you did enjoy the video, then be sure to hit that like button down below. It really does help out the channel, and also feel free to hit the subscribe button down below if and only if you are enjoying the content overall on this channel for more content just like this one in the future. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.